Ray is a leader with two interesting attributes in my view, which I think are fundamental to the success of a guy who came to this country with not much except a degree and a bit of money in his pocket and has migrated that into an extremely successful career in business. And I think those two things, that is entrepreneurialism, but also discipline.
Qualities that make Ray such an achiever include his dedication, his work ethic, his commitment to continue to be educated and learn in everything he does. He never takes a break. He is constantly considering things for business, transactions, strategy. While he enjoys life, his golf, his grandkids, and his family, he is always thinking.
Ray is the consummate investor. He's an entrepreneur. There's a saying in real estate that you make your money when you buy, and through his entire career, he's been able to exhibit that trait extremely well.
When I think of Ray, a number of words come to mind. The first one is honest, because you can never be sort of successful in business without honesty and fair dealing. His second characteristic is he's very thoughtful. His mind is always moving, always thinking about things, figuring out the right path forward. And the third thing is he is very tenacious and persistent. So when he has his mind set on what he wants to accomplish, he is laser focused on it. It may be something that happens over the course of a day or a week, or maybe 6 months or a year, but he accomplishes what he sets out to do.
One of the things about Ray that become obvious when you meet him, when he walks into a room, he commands its attention. So often it's interesting to feel the air change when he walks into a room and he is just as comfortable in a meeting of 3 or 4 people as he is speaking to a group of several hundred. His dedication to growth has seen us grow to a very large company in the amount of time that I've been here. And a lot of that is due to Ray's leadership and strategic thinking. Often, when most of us are looking at the task in hand, he is already looking 2, 3, 4 steps ahead at the strategy and where he wants to be in the future.
This is a loyal guy. And when you kind of come into his orbit and work, and he's loyal to you, and you look around the companies he's built, there are people who've been here a very long time. He builds a team that sticks and stays with him. And that is, you look at the Morguard suite of companies, you look at the ClubLink companies, you look at the other businesses, this is a guy who builds teams and keeps teams, and that's impressive.
I've known Ray for over 20 years in a number of capacities. I acted as an advisor and a financier for him in his early days in the late 90s, and over the last 8 or 9 years in the capacity as a director of his various companies. Ray is an extremely honest individual. After our relationship developed over the course of a few years, he picked up the phone and he called me in my office, and he was outlining an opportunity that he wanted to pursue. And towards the end of the conversation, I recall saying to him, "Ray, that's a wonderful opportunity. What's your timing?" And he said, "I want to close it today." I located my merchant banking partners and I said, "Ray Sahi wants to complete this transaction, but he needs the capital today." And my partners all nodded their head and they said, "Yes, let's go ahead." People with lesser degrees of honesty and integrity, that would never take place.
Well, I think it's known I came to Canada in 1971, having worked in a bank in India, and did whatever we had to do at the time, and moved from selling a life insurance to working in a factory to then ultimately, while I was doing all of these things, continued to study, and I ended up doing which now I have a CPA. It took me 4 or 5 years to do on a part-time basis while I was selling life insurance, and even when I was working for the bank. Well, the story of Morguard kind of goes back almost a little over 20 years. In 1997, having sold my auto part distribution business, I decided to go into the real estate business. And the best thing happened at the time when we were decided to go into real estate. We didn't really have an organization. So what we acquired, actually there were no assets then in Morguard Investment. It was just people. And that gave us an organization. So that became the base of where it started. I think they were managing about $3 billion asset at the time. So now, 20 years later, we are managing $21 billion. So that's so we've kind of grown with it. And I do give the credit to the acquisition of Morguard. I do have multiple businesses. I have the main business now happens to be Morguard, and then I have a Club Link, and I have automotive business, and I have a few other businesses. I think the most important thing I find hiring proper leadership at each one of the place, and have them put together their own team, and then just provide them guidance and capital, and kind of leave them alone, and it's and meet them periodically, and they set their own agenda. And I basically manage them through the P&L. Well, I have a philosophy in this. I mean, if you want to be in a business, if you want to be successful, you better be prepared to work all your waking life. And that's the price if you say, and you have to enjoy it. So you end up balancing it. So to some degree, you can't balance 50-50, the 50% here or there. You're just trying to do things, but be prepared to work virtually most of your waking hours. It's not a physical work, but you're thinking of, but you're really, even when I'm playing golf, I'm still thinking about business. So it's really not that it becomes a habit.
Congratulations, Ray, on being awarded the Ascend Executive of the Year. It is well deserved.
Ray, congratulations on being Ascend's Executive of the Year.
Congratulations, Ray, on winning the Ascend Executive of the Year award. It's very well deserved for all your years of hard work.
Ray, I want to personally extend my congratulations to you for the Ascend Executive of the Year award. It is well deserved to have taken businesses to the pinnacle of success in the country, and you are the model of the kind of business person that this country needs and needs more of. So congratulations, well done.